calling you. I have no idea how to pronounce the rest of your name. But I've been looking for an Elden Ring review because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not playing that game. I got a speed run for the quickest uninstall on the planet. All right. So we're about to see this. Dark Souls 4. Let's get it.
So when the metal hit his mug, he just sunk in place. 100K Holla, chillin' Bahamas. Come home to your crib and throw in your mama.
What is good, HollaSquad? We are the latest squad on the YouTube platform. Listen, today we are back with another reaction, all right? And I'm about to see just how tough Elden Ring is. A lot of people have been telling me, oh, Holla is not that hard. That's cap. Holla, you should have played the tutorial. No, all right? I couldn't even find a tutorial. The game too hard for me. I ain't gonna lie. How them gas prices by you? They going down, all right? They going down. I'm still riding a bike, but they going down. But let's hop into this. See what we got.
The following is highly experimental and may come off as disjointed or schizophrenic. I don't care. Elden Ring, the newest hot release by Hideo Miyazaki of Ghibli Studios, famous for classic animations such as Howl's Moving Mausoleum and My Invader Totoro. From Software have really outdone themselves, as this game features not one, but 2 crustaceans, possibly even more. Unfortunately, I haven't unlocked the ability to swim, so I cannot confirm or deny that. The game begins, and I make my character. His name, Sambubu. His class, naturally, is wretched. I did originally consider prisoner, but I chose not to. I take the key as my starting item and live to regret it.
Yo, this man set the little kinky, huh? I see you.
After I get immediate access to a side dungeon and get run over repeatedly by a speeding train, I chose instead to go the other way. After camping a few times, Melina comes by and offers me an accord. I turn it down because I think it's funny. I then proceed to kill Morgott and Godric before I realize I haven't leveled up. How was I supposed to know I had to say yes? Miyazaki, just because I'm offered the ability to talk to a woman doesn't mean I'm going to take it. I think that's a symptom of bad design. Conversely, I fell for the oldest trick in the book, the warm embrace of a woman's lap, only to find out 100 hours later, it's actually a debuff. What did they mean by this? I guess I'll have to consult a 40-minute lore video to figure out the true symbology behind this item description. I tell you, passive storytelling at its very best, especially when half of characters either disappear, die, or start T-posing during your playthrough. This might bother people who believe there's a story, which is the equivalent of finding a bunch of random notes and thinking to yourself, damn, that book was wild. Halo's plot is crazy. Have you not read all the secret terminals? On the bright side, Dark Souls lore channels now have a steady source of bread for the next 4 years. I assure you, you'll know every side character better than your own family. I don't remember which war Granddad was fighting, but I do know patches. I know that canonically, he is circumcised. Honestly, I don't judge. I still get to have my wife Ronnie. What I'm criticizing is the involvement of this fat fuck. Celebrated offer, helping to weave the narrative experience. Okay, let's see what this dude wrote. Sunset found her squatting in the grass, groaning. Every stool was looser than the one before and smelled fouler. By the time the moon came up, she was shitting brown water. The more she drank, the more she shat, but the more she shat, the thirstier she grew, and her thirst sent her crawling to the stream to suck up more water.
Suck up more, you know what I'm pause, all right? Drinking more water just to dookie even more is crazy, all right? Y'all can pretend like y'all never had the squirt dookie before. We've all been there, all right? You turn around. All right, let's stop talking about it. I'm about to throw up. I rest
my case. J.R.R. Martin is the greatest author who has ever
good.
lived.
Kari,
he has also never...
Hey, Kari, you got to play, we're playing Minecraft at 9 o'clock. Go ahead, download that, you know what I'm saying? Playing Minecraft, pull up.
Finished his books. And so, fittingly, From Software has embodied the spirit of J.R.R. Martin by never finishing a single quest line. Elden Ring is an ambitious platformer, and if you disagree, you haven't played the game, because half this game is jumping with a head start, or falling into a hole, into a canyon, into the place you originally wanted to,
I didn't even make it that far in the game
before doing so, adding an extra foot to the height of your fall, which turned it into a lethal descent. There's nothing I love more than jumping awkwardly off rooftops, but how do we spice it up? Archers. You love archers. They're on every roof, and they've got tracking. And guess what? The sewer levels are back, and this time, they're essential to the plot. Yeah, I'm thinking game of the year. Calling them out in your game, Torrent. Absolute genius. So
Yes,
anybody
sir, we play
Googling
Minecraft,
Elden Ring
pull up.
Torrent gets a bunch of horse pictures instead. I can't wait until Elden Ring 2 features the popular and beloved character Codex de Nuvo pre-cracked no virus. But why are we here?
Oh, dude. Oh, wait, I gotta take another screenshot. God damn it, screenshot.
We're here for the difficulty because
Oh, wait, I gotta take another screenshot.
Saving pics, feet pics from Elden Ring might be the top 10 thirstiest things I ever seen somebody do on the internet, bro. If you taking feet pics on Elden Ring, you must be put on the FBI watch list today. All right, today.
God damn it, screenshot.
we're here for the difficulty because we're hardcore gamers. Take it from me. I've already beaten the final boss, John Elden Ring, so I can give a few pointers. Have you ever used a weapon, armor, fast travel, potions, or opened the world map? I'm sorry to say, but you're playing the game wrong. This game is meant to be played level 1 as a wretch, using a single club, no upgrades. If you disagree, I'll call you a casual. If you ever hear someone talking like this, take pity on them, because this behavior is characteristic of someone who stacks no paper and gets no bitches. This game isn't hard, not because it's not hard, but because video games...
Seth, that's a lie. That's a lie. This game is hard. I might try again, all right? I might try again, but first we playing Doom Eternal. I've been convinced.
fundamentally aren't hard. You know what's hard? The circumstances of life, getting a degree, having a stable family, being born with a baby arm. You're born and one arm develops normally into an adult arm, but the other is this stunted mini child arm, which stops growing at like 3 years of age. So you're this freakish monstrosity. You'll be known around town as Baby Arm Man, and the only job you'll ever have is baby arm stock photo, because it's harder for them to get a kid to pose for that. It's a lot more
I'm like I got a baby. Never mind. Let's just keep that joke. You're not there. Continue.
convenient to have a malformed monstrosity on standby. Furthermore, I genuinely believe that pattern recognition is a form of cheating. Your Homo sapiens brain is literally destroying the difficulty of the experience by compensatory adaptation. I hope that people consider this in the future and later learn to recognize that the truest From Software experience would be a lobotomite run, where prior to playing, we perform a frontal lobotomy and sever your prefrontal cortex. Sometimes, the only option you have to preserve the purity of your experience is brain damage. Multiplayer enhances the experience. Sometimes you'll see white phantoms briefly appear. These are players from other worlds going through their own journey. Once
I was
saw a
wondering
white
what that
phantom
was at
appear,
first.
teabagging a dead NPC. In this moment, I knew I was playing a masterpiece. Messages and appraisal are exactly how Reddit users believe karma works. You upvote, and you get actual physical nourishment from the karma. Oh look, a message on the floor. Maybe someone out there will tell me something useful. Then you open it and read it, only to see dog butthole, closely followed by Fortnite. According to a true story, once upon a time, Miyazaki's car broke down in the middle of a road. This was during winter, so no help was to be found, when suddenly 3 strangers appeared out of nowhere, sucked him off, and left without even saying a word. And that's how Miyazaki got the inspiration for Souls multiplayer. Gameplay, flawless, stunning, effervescent. Just like Bloodborne was a complex allegory for sexually transmitted HIV, Elden Ring is a rich synesthesia between seeing Swampland and remembering Blighttown, or hearing rich synesthesia between seeing Swampland and remembering
My man just booty bumped the zombie off the ladder, bro. That's crazy.
Blighttown, or hearing Leyendell long after you've left the capital, because my ears are still ringing from the sound of those fucking trumpets. Actual real critique, no jokes, no giggles. I think every boss should have a stake of America outside the boss room. Generally, this is true, but sometimes I gotta walk, and traditionally, I do not consider cardio as part of a boss fight. Now, the walks are more generous than any other Souls game, but just because somebody chose to take a smaller shit in my rice doesn't change.
My young brother was good. Yeah.
You trying to play some Apex?
I'll play. I gotta react to these videos real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hop on in like an hour.
Hour?
Yeah. All right, bet it up. All right, gotta carry John on Apex, bruh. It has to happen.
The fact
It
that
has
it's
to
still
happen.
there, inside my bowl, steaming up my Tupperware. I would also have originally said that the death screen is quite long, but then I realized it's working as intended. You see, when you die in PvP, you have no option but to watch helplessly as someone
As you get
spams
teabagged.
point down and repeatedly defiles
Jay
your
was
dead
good, my
body.
boy.
My complaints are pretty mild. If, like me, you didn't realize Vigor has a non-linear scaling, it would have helped immensely to know that going 10 to
See,
20
I'm not fighting
makes no
nothing that
tangible
big.
difference,
For
but
what?
20 to 40 is all the difference between taking a blow and getting one-tapped by most of the
why
game.
my man
I
got a
wish I
muffin
knew
top?
that at the start. Luckily, this game is very generous with its ability to re-roll your character. If you're still paranoid, you can back up your save at no risk. I've done this more than 100 times without issue and recommend you do the same, because despite
Who you
what
made on
anybody
Apex?
says,
Bangalore.
there's a
You know what I'm
million
saying?
ways to brick your save. I've done it, I can reproduce it, it's still there. Also, easy anti-cheat is a very good anti-cheat because it's very easy to turn off. My friend may have done exactly that, and more. Tell me, Seth, was he punished? Is he banned? No, some of the later fights have interesting hitboxes. Not like I care. I cheesed through that shit. This game makes you realize the greatest companion you'll ever have is yourself. So why not make a copy? Lore. Before continuing, we have to stop and talk about the best character in the game. Dung Eater. Loathsome Dung Eater. Ferocious feaster of feces. Devious doo-doo devourer. Dung Eater consumes excrement, feces, shit even. Nihilistic and with a wicked sense of humor. His greatest desire is to eat the poo-poo and of course murder you and defile your dead body. I think there's a lot we can learn from Dung Eater, but as a society, we're not yet ready for that conversation. Builds.
What can we
There's
learn
many
from him?
builds. Strength is terrible until you realize you can power stance through the entire game and block everything else with barricade shield for 0 stamina. Going strength, unfortunately, puts you at the highest risk group for naming yourself the Black Swordsman and cosplaying as your favorite slice of
Hezzo
life
was
anime.
good.
If I see you doing this, I'll summon you intentionally so I can kick you for my world. Dexterity. Do you enjoy katanas? How about double katanas, each one longer than the last? Using realistic, historically accurate sword techniques from feudal era Japan? What about epic PvP compilations?
that triple
Say no
katana,
more.
though.
Get a river of blood
Like my man
today.
Zoro, that's what we
Intelligence.
need.
Some would say a great deal of their enjoyment comes from learning the moveset of every boss. A rhythmic dance between sword, swipe, and parry. A lethal symphony silenced only by death. Others would disagree. I'm confident that if you ask any player running sorcery what's their favorite boss, they'll recoil in surprise and say, I don't know any. I just sit at the back and spam Azure Comet. Faith incantations are
Gee.
very good. Abusing the animation of catch
I
flame
might
to
replay
cast
as
them
a sorcerer. That might be
instantaneously
my,
is even better. And
that
before
might
you
be my
say it,
playthrough
I know
character.
it's working
Class.
exactly as intended. You know what else is intended? This. Also, this and this. My greatest enjoyment of this game, beyond the exploration, the richness of the graphics, and the scale of the world they made, has been abusing every mechanic I possibly can before it gets patched out. And so, inevitably, I have taken to abusing other players. You might call them humans. I call them people who use Moonveil unironically. And thus, I feel no remorse for any of my actions.
Demon.
In summary,
Demon.
Elden Ring attracts many different responses. Some fillet the long shaft of FromSoft endlessly. Others hate it because of their own incompetence. Walking manifestations of a Dunning-Kruger effect, these people believe that failure is not their own and somehow inflicted upon them by the universe. You can't be bad at video games, as video games are merely a subject matter. No, that is a deficit in your cognitive ability. Something that
I don't care what nobody says, bruh. I never played Dark Souls, all right? This was my first game like this ever. I'll be interested to see if I ever return.
likely plagues you in every aspect of your life. In summary, if you're bad at video games, you're bad at life. You've got a smooth brain and a low IQ.
Nope, downloading Elden Ring. Can't let them do me like that. Elden Ring, I'm coming back. I'm coming back for vengeance. Look, Seth, you've brought me back to Elden Ring with that solo comment right there. Elden Ring gameplay walkthrough coming soon. All right, pull up to the stream.
Your fate is to be a grunt in the New World Order. And then there's others, like me, who are quietly waking up to the fact that maybe We should have never dropped those bombs to begin with. I guess what I'm trying to say is Elden Scrolls 10 out of 10 garbage. I love it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. If you're interested in some merchant multiplayer, password FUGHUNT goes in all fields. First 50 to invade get a 15% off their first month of FugHunters.com, the official sponsor of this video. And now, allow me to conclude this presentation with some calming visuals. Rest assured, most of the things seen here can no longer be afflicted on another human being. A warm thanks to the many members of a Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Yeah. Hey, look, this is my first video for my mans. All right, I'm gonna learn how to pronounce his name before the next reaction we do of his. All I can say is, he said, if you can't beat Elden Ring, you're bad at life, and I just cannot live with those consequences. All right. So Elden Ring, just like Thanos, all right, where has that brung me? All right, back to you. Whatever my man said to Captain America and them boys. But look, y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. If y'all see me raging, all right, blood vessels popping out of my brain, just send me some support in the chat. I'm going to need it. But until the next time I see y'all, peace.
Yeah, nigga, I was broke. I ain't have a penny, I was ready to kick a dope. Lay your ass on the floor, taking everything about this bitch before I go. Niggas talking all that gang when the sugar pumping through their main vein. Swerve on them like a lane change, fuck with